I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, it's 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk. Gotta keep quiet, maneuver in silence to let them in, talk up their body, another one body, that's just how it go. I got some secrets, I'm shaking the game so they stay on their toes. Stay in your lane, I to stay on the go. I can play with the pros and act like a rookie so they overlook me. Then I double up again, none of their knows, none of them cold. They just got lucky but never adapted, so I'm to the one if it's coming to blows. My enemies cutting it close, I let them think that they got me, but what do you know? I had them beat before we ever spoke, I'm ready for smoke. I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, it's 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything.
So, Deb, smash or pass. I seen something earlier, man.
Smash or pass.
Smash or pass. Gave me some suspect. You're sus right now. I need some answers. Mm-hmm. So, Jamie, our friend of the show, Jamie Butler, out there. What's up, Jamie? Yo. She shared this thing and she wanted an honest opinion. It was a chick that was like built like John Cena out there.
Nah, bro, like prime Arnold, like prime Arnold, like prime.
Yeah. She was jacked, and everybody's in there like, no, Deb, what did you say, Deb? Come on.
I'm being honest. Like, a girl that's built, by the way, guys, I got like a red tongue because I've been drinking like Kool-Aid because all the water was not cold at my house. You know, it's a hot one today. But anyway, regardless, my opinion was it's not my preference, but I'm not going to say, I wouldn't say no if the opportunity was there, is all I'm saying. Like, girl built, like, maybe I'm in the mood for a girl to crush my head like a melon. Maybe I'm in the mood. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Jamie just popped in. Jamie, listen, did you hear what I just said? I said, I think it's okay sometimes to want to have a girl crush your head like a melon. That's it. That's all I'm saying. But it's not my first choice. That's it.
Bro, you got a fetish. Just say it. What's your fetish? Come on. You want to level up this show? We got to get to the you got to start speaking on these type things.
Dude, listen, we couldn't be, because someone asked me this the other day. They're like, "Do you have like a fetish?" And I was like, "Not really. It's like I could be into like just about anything." Well, Justin goes, "What's up, Dev? Stevie Wonder cut your hair, man." That's rude, man. The girl who cut my hair is going to take mean offense to that. Like, mad offense to that.
Don't listen to that, Kiki. You did a good job.
Yeah, wait a minute. Hold on, Coach. But I got to know. Now, are you smashing or passing? Big muscular chick.
Bro.
You're passing?
Yes. I'm not shaming nobody that does that. That's for them. You know, that lifts weights and get that big. I just don't find that. I'm scared. I'd be scared to do anything with that chick because, bro, she would be manhandling you in the bed. Like, come here.
Here's the thing I gotta ask though, right? How many like those women that want to be bodybuilders? Now, like, this is just a thought that came across my mind. Like, how many men are intimidated by that, so they don't even approach them?
I don't think. I mean,
like, I guarantee there's probably a lot of men out there who are like, wow, she's way too masculine or like built or ripped or whatever. So like, I'm not saying your chances are better. I'm just saying like, maybe that like that's I don't know. I'm not saying that she would be more willing to do that thing. I just think that
you got it a tongue tie. You got it a thought tie. Listen, bro.
I love my head smashed like a melon sometimes. That's it.
I don't think I think that could be a factor though too. Like if you were in the gym and you go in there and then that girl's in the gym and she's just like crushing everything, there would be an intimidation factor to that.
You gotta give me the workout secrets.
but it would be something like, I mean, to me, like, it just wouldn't be my thing. I just couldn't get into it. Like, now if it got weird one night and I had a little too much to I had too many shots went down and maybe pop one of those funny pills. Yeah, something weird might happen. I might wake up, or you're passed out in the fucking lawn.
Are you saying you have some pictures with Rocky Balboa or something? Is that what you're gonna come out and tell me?
Last night.
But Justin says, as long as they don't have a penis, I don't care. Yeah, Justin, I agree.
Some of those things happen. So I guess that would be a question. I get this asked all the time. My answer is very simple, but like, what is the criteria for women? Like, if you're looking at a woman, what is your criteria to be like, I'm going after that's something that I could go after, that I would like to hang out, get to know, maybe even be my girl or whatever.
Wait, what's a criteria for a good woman?
For you looking at a woman saying that's attractive to me. Not even the criteria about what they have to be doing, all that. Just like your first look.
First look? I don't know. I'm into like petite girls. Like, I don't like girls that are like built. You know what I mean? Like
fat ass?
Yeah, I mean, I like, but at the same time, I like petite. I still like petite. Like, I'm a butt over boobs guy. Like, I don't like, what is it? Like the, not the hourglass. What do you call it? Like, if you're looking at a girl from like the side, like, I would like it, like, it doesn't have, like, the boobs don't have to be that big. Like, if we're talking about that.
Little bee stings in a little bubble.
Yeah, little bubble. That's right. Something like that.
Can she be taller than you?
Yeah. Now, usually that's not a problem for me. It's usually a problem for them, like, because I'm shorter. That's usually how it would go. Because, like, I personally, it doesn't bother me. I don't care. You know?
Right. Okay. That's cool. Like that. I mean, but what, like, that's pretty much it. Just saying petite, nice little something that you can pick up, throw around or something, like twirl around and something in the bedroom or something. Like what? What's the petite thing about?
Huh? I don't know, to be honest with you. Like, I just have like a preference for that. Like, I just don't like, I don't know. Like it's just like my preference. When I see a petite girl, like someone who's like a little bit smaller, I think I have like when someone's cute, like a cute fetish, kind of like how you would with like a puppy or something, you know? Like, they gotta have like them certain, like the eyes. A girl with like a good laugh and a smile. Oh, that'll always kill me a million times over. Also brunettes. Brunettes. I'm not really big on blondes. Not big on blondes, but brunettes.
I'm smashing anything. I don't give a fuck, bro.
Oh God, he's like, all right. Now that Dev's done talking about all of his preferences, of them.
No, I'm just playing. Like at first glance, at first glance, to me, I catch the.
Wait a minute. There's some old business asked to be addressed though, Coach.
What?
Justin asked how your date with Sarah went.
Oh man, we went to the pig roast, bro. We had some pulled pork sandwiches, some smothered pulled pork sandwiches and shit.
Oh man, we are really out here trolling today, guys.
But no, man. Yeah, like at first glance, to me, it's more. I look at what I want to hear them talk. I know some pretty girl. I've been with some pretty girls, you know, fine ass girls that everybody wants. But them chicks is off the rocker. They're off the chain. It's too much headache. To me, I go with like how you're moving, how you're talking. That's my first look. Like how you're moving, how you speak when you open your mouth. Are you saying something or are you just talking to be talking? Because God forbid, with all these voices in my head, I don't need somebody else sitting on the couch talking to me about a bunch of nothing.
Yeah. Well, like, we're not talking just like about physical traits. I mean, that's a pretty big thing too, is like, I can't stand somebody that just seems like they're talking about nothing. Like, you're just like, oh man, like, it's just, there's no conversation to be had. Jamie said that your type is a girl like Sarah. That's rude. That's rude.
Stop it. Stop. And if she come on here, you better be trolling, Jamie. Get her out the door.
Justice is being served. That's all I'm going to say. So anyway, Coach, we missed it last week. You weren't here, man. Out handling biz, taking care of some stuff. I understand.
Yeah, you held it down like always. You know how we say it doesn't matter. Like, remember the time when you were about to fuck, you had space AIDS, and you were like dragging
went to the hospital that night. They thought I had a blood clot in my lung. I still did the show before. I'm like, I'm gonna do the show, and I'm like, you were like, you good, Dev? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the hospital.
But you
I'm
gotta
gonna go to the hospital.
You
If I
gotta
did
take
it-
gotta take some time off to handle some other things. I had some spirituality I had to handle. I had to really
Wrestle some
just
demons?
take a break, just get a burner, burnt out a little bit, and you handled it. That's what we do. Hold it down. The show must go on no matter what. So that's what that's about. So
Yeah.
speaking on craziness and fetishes and all this shit, yo, what do you think? Like, what's going on in the Smith household with Will?
Oh, we missed this point pre-show, right? Yeah. Um, listen, if I've seen this point made, if you're like August and Jada, if that's making, if somehow that relationship is like, I mean, how does Will Smith feel about it? I haven't looked into how Will Smith feels about this whole thing. Like is he like making a big deal about it? Because it seems like the Smith family up until this point, like I don't think I really seen any problems with the Smith family. Like they were like good. Like no one talked about the Smith family. But now this whole thing comes out. But like if that's what they're on and that's what they want to do, then
Would you go into that situation though? Would you go into it? Say it's like you didn't know them, you met them, your career's probably you met their family. There's some weird parts in this, bro, too.
yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff I don't know about the whole thing because I'm not fully educated. I'm just going off the
They
first
have
part.
an open marriage. Will and Jada have an open marriage. That's been known. They don't talk about it, but it's been known that they're able to do it. But remember when we had those girls on? The girls, what was it? The salty sex cast?
Yeah,
Those
salty sex
girls
cast, right? So they're like
talking
polyamorous.
in open marriages on how they were saying she was saying that there's rules. Everybody's rules are different. So we don't know what their rules are. But to me, it seems like they have a permission thing. I'm pretty sure Will gets away with a lot more that he doesn't have to talk because he's traveling. He's in the movies. He's not picking up the phone and saying, "Hey, can I bang this chick?" No, he's not doing that. But if he wants to hang out with a chick and bring her around the family, he has to introduce her to Jada and vice versa. Now, my thing is, this dude was that August dude. He said he's been messing around her for a while. He's 27, she's 48. So this is a weird part, bro. So if he's messing with her for a while, I want to know how long. So if she was like 41, 21, he was supposed to be coming around hanging with like Jaden, their son. That's creepy, bro.
Yeah, well, how old's Jaden now? Jaden's probably my age, right? He's like 20. He's like 20, 21.
He's like 20 to 20, 22, somewhere around.
Right.
There.
Okay. So he's damn near close to my age. And Justin, we're talking about how Jada Smith is messing around with is August. What's his last name?
Selena, I don't know. I don't listen.
Al Selena. Yeah. He's another rapper. He's a rapper, and it's Will Smith.
He's not a rapper. He's just like a weird singer.
Oh, singer. Sorry, like a weird singer. He doesn't have a genre of music. Not R&B. Not like he's a weird singer. He sings weird music. But yeah. So that's the whole controversy. Essentially, is like they have an open marriage, and but yeah, I mean, how long's a while, right? I mean, obviously this story's unfolded before. This story's unfolded before many a time where you have a woman who, she sees like a son's friend come around or whatever. Now, granted,
fantasy.
Right, exactly. It's a fantasy for some people. And truthfully, as long as like this dude was like, now, granted, when you say a while, that's the thing I'm like considering, like how long's a while? Like, is it 6 years? Because if it's 6 years, still I don't have a problem with it. Is it 7 years? I still don't have a problem with it. 9 years? We're getting a little testy there, like
you're talking about a teenager, and you know what I mean. But he came
because
out
even
and
if
said
you're 18, how would you say she was? 44?
At the time, no. Now she got a 21-year difference. He's 27, she's 48. So it would depend. Like if 48? She was in her 30s, that's when it gets a little creepy.
Because that means at her youngest she was like 39 whenever he was like 18, like at the youngest. So that's still weird to me.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird.
It's very weird.
Am I like I said again? If he's a consenting adult, he wants to do that. He wants to be a part of that whole situation. Fine, but it's weird because, and this is why it's always weird, is because you have somebody like her son who's relatively like only a few years younger than him. That's weird. That's the weird part to me. Like, how do you explain that? Hey, like your son's friends comes over the house and he's not there to hang out with you, but to like have sex with your mom. Have sex with your mom.
It turns into a Pornhub upload.
Right, yeah, exactly. Hey guys, how's it going? If you're just tuning in, could you please share the stream? We love y'all. Jamie, we see you out there. Renee, Justin, you guys are looking great, fantastic. What are y'all wearing? What are you drinking tonight? Let me know. Let me and Coach know. What was I saying? Yeah, but like I said, like that's the weird part to me. Like that would be the weird part if like August comes over and like Jade's like, hey man, you want to hang out? And he's like, nah man, I'm here to see your mom.
Or you want to try on some dresses? There's always weird things going on in that house, bro. They're weird. Because Will has some things that he needs to come out and talk about himself, because his first wife said she broke up with him because he was too gentle, like when they was banging, like he was too gentle in bed. That's why that his first the one he got a kid by, his first wife or girlfriend or whatever, left him.
Yeah. Hey, Renee asked us, could either of you be in a polyamorous relationship?
Yes,
absolutely. Yeah, like I don't have any problem with it. Yeah, you know, as like if I knew the person like genuinely cared and it wasn't like a spiteful thing, like they were, and maybe that's where I would get into like a little bit of trouble, is because I feel as if you would have feelings as if someone was just getting something out of you. You know, and then you'd have to like go find it in multiple partners. So that, and I feel like that might be a waste of energy if you could just find it in one person. But regardless, like, yeah, I could be in a polyamorous relationship, I think.
Yeah, I'm looking for one, man. Send all, if you know anybody, send them my way, Renee. Hey, that rhymed. I got bars all the way around.
B-A-R-S, bars.
I got bars all the way around.
Yeah, but
I don't see anything wrong with it as long as everybody knows they're consenting adults. What could go wrong? I mean, I would think it's just normal.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm still like, it's pretty weird. I gotta like close this window up. The sun is coming on my face a little bit here, and you know, make it.
Bro, say pause. Said the sun is coming on my face. Pause.
Pause.
Say pause.
But right, yeah. So. Robert Kerrigan's out in the chat saying you got mad bars. Jamie's coming out and said I'd knife someone. She'd kill someone. You'd kill if you were in a polyamorous relationship. Oh, Jamie's protective. That's it. That's her man.
Share. Jamie ain't sharing.
Jamie's not a sharer. Jamie, Sharon's Karen. Sharon's Karen, Jamie. Sharon's Karen, but not like Karen like the Karen we've been talking about. Like caring as in like caring about one another. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't talk her up, please.
Are you saying to get her off the ledge?
We had a peaceful fucking, like, didn't you have a peaceful time last week? She didn't bother you?
Who did bother me?
Sarah.
Oh no, I didn't see her pop up in the stream at all, which is interesting.
She got the business, or she was like, well, Coach ain't in there. I can't be ignorant.
Well, she called me Ginger Man, but lucky for her, that doesn't affect me. Jamie Butler, I'm jealous, laughing my ass off. Yeah.
It's all right.
Now,
not for everybody.
We wanted to get into a little bit of sports talk, because this is what I was saying whenever you were saying that you weren't here last week. Cam Newton got signed to the Patriots, which, you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm such an idiot. Like, I don't know why I never considered him a guy for the Patriots. The Cam Newton's history, like playing against the Patriots, historically he's been pretty good against the Patriots on the Panthers team, and I think that it was like a no-brainer. I think Bill Belichick actually has a lot of respect for the player that Cam Newton is. Maybe some of the flamboyancy, but the Patriots are like the go-to for some player who's flamboyant or off the field issues or whatever. Like, they'll grab those guys, reform them, make them into something, a machine, a winning component. I mean, why was Cam Newton to New England not my first choice? And I just don't know why. And they needed a quarterback.
It was on my list, but people were still unclear about where Cam was at. Was Cam ready to take less money and come in there? Because Cam basically took the money. Remember, I said when we were talking with Melvin, he was gonna have to go below the 10 million mark, and he actually got around 7 if he plays and gets those incentives. But he basically took Jameis Winston deal. You know, like if he doesn't win the quarterback job, it's only going to cost New England $1 million and some change. But if he plays, he can make up the 7 million. It was always a matter of that to me. People wanted to pick up Cam, but the conversation between the agent and everything and figuring out the money and figuring out what was best for Cam and best for the team that took a chance on him. So I knew, New England would always.
Is this deal a 1-year deal? Prove it deal.
Yes, it's a 1 year.
So Cam Newton could, by technicality, he could go out here, have a ballpark year, and then get signed.
And then get a big deal, yeah.
And then get a big deal. Okay, so like, I'm not mad at the prove it deal because, to be honest with you, like I said, I have a couple of criticisms of Cam Newton. Cam Newton has injury issues. Cam Newton has had some leadership issues in Carolina the past few years. And he's got his flamboyancy that comes with him. Now, the flamboyancy is probably the less of those problems. I'd say the injuries would probably be my biggest one.
Worried about that?
Yeah.
Nobody's really worried about that.
But
that's part of football. And plus, like when he does the Superman and he gets,
the
celebrates.
dab?
Bill Belichick likes that stuff. He promotes that stuff.
Yeah, right.
You don't hear him say, in practice, he likes it when players celebrate and they celebrate as a team and stuff like that. So
yeah. Well,
he's still fitting there. The thing is, like, you got to look at everything. People accept everything. It is like one of those places, Massachusetts, that's, all like, Cam, could you tell him not to wear those weird hats? No.
Yeah, right.
He's gonna, he's gonna
just let him wear the weird hat. You know what I'm saying? Just wear it anyway.
We're getting him cheap. He has an opportunity. We can fill in some other spots. And on the defense or offense or whatever we need. So just be quiet and let him wear his hat.
Yeah, well, Bill cracks me up just because, like, Bill's demeanor, like, anywhere he is, Bill Belichick, he's like, all right, guys, we had a good practice this week, and we're on to Cincinnati next week, and we have to play better. We have to play better next week. That's all he does at, like, press conferences. But, like, behind closed doors, I feel like Bill Belichick is, like, out there, like, outstanding, like an Andy Reid or someone, or Johnny Gruden in the locker room or something. But
he's with the guys at the strip club after hours, hanging out.
Don't put that image in my head of Bill Belichick.
I hit Robert Kraft.
Yeah, get Robert Kraft, with the handies. Guy Ramsey out here saying Dev with the clean cut. And Renee says, yes, he's looking good. Thank you, guys. You can go. I'll shout out the stylist, Kiki. Love her, friend of the show. She's actually produced for us once or twice. Love her to pieces. Faye's out here with, Bill is my spirit animal. He said Bill Belichick is his spirit animal.
This is the great thing about this move, though, because now it's good, like, back against the wall. Everybody's talking about this. This is what's interesting to me. Is it system, was it Tom Brady? Or is it Bill Belichick in the system? I always believed it was the system. I believe they could have had a half-ass quarterback at any time, and they could come up with a game plan that they could go, as long as that QB believes in it and execute it as they says and be patient, that they could work with pretty much anybody that's average and make them look way better than they are.
Yeah, well, I mean, Jimmy G, like, that was a good example of that. Whenever the Patriots were like, Tom Brady got suspended for like 4 or 5 games, and they won all of them. Either they won all of them or they won all of them, I think.
They lost one of them, maybe.
I think it was 4-1. Yeah, part of me wanted to say 4-1 in the series, but regardless, I mean, they went 4-1 with at the time an basically unknown, unprecedented Jimmy G. So, yeah, and they've done it multiple times. I mean, Matt Castle, because look at Matt Castle. Like, after Matt Castle had that year with the Pats, Matt Castle went out, and then he was like, he basically became like Case Keenum, Matt Castle, because Case Keenum was like that guy who just shows up randomly at your quarterback camp, and he's like, hey, Case Keenum's here, guys. And he gets a starting role because he played, like, okay at some other places. It's, like, solid. He had some solid play.
Yeah, that's how pretty much it goes. Like, he made a smart decision, bro. Even if he was short on the money and he was like, dang, we can't get $2-3 million and get it up over 10 with incentives. I think he had to make that decision to say, hey, man, this is my shot. I'm not going to be no dummy and sit out and do all this. I'm going to get in a position to get out there and show what I got and win back a starting job. So I respect Cam for that. But he did say earlier today, he's done being humble. He was humble before. He got signed. He's been in contact with some team members and talking to the coach. And I'm sure Coach Belichick was like, go ahead. Go out there and say what you need to say.
Say it. Say it. Robert Kerrigan brought up the point that 4-1 only lost to the Chiefs in that span, and he said should be said that they played Patty Mahomes in that game too.
Played Patty Mahomes.
So
yeah. So, and there's another thing that happened with a QB. We're talking a little more. Let's go on to a little more with the record-breaking extension. It's very important that you say extension for Patrick Mahomes. He got a 10-year, $400 million extension, and he still has 2 more years on his contract. So that puts him up. He's locked up till 2031. You know what I mean? 32.
Well, that sucks. That now I know what Oakland's doing.
What?
We're playing Patty Mahomes. There's not a chance he's leaving the division anytime soon.
Oh yeah.
Unless they redraw the lines.
Yeah.
You got Patty Mahomes. It's like gonna be how a lot of NFL teams have to deal with the Green Bay Packers or the Patriots. Like how a lot of teams had to feel about the Patriots these past 2 decades with having Tom Brady there, because like the Dolphins and the Bills and those teams are probably like, oh God, we have Tom Brady in our division. That's how I'm gonna feel now. We're gonna have Patty Mahomes in our division, and then we're gonna have to deal with that for like years.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
He's
a
got a nice
sad thing.
Contract. He's got a nice contract, bro. So in total, like once he finishes 2 and then extension kicks in, he's gonna get like $477 million, which makes him the richest American athlete. He just passed Mike Trout. Mike Trout had $426 for 12 years. So Mahomes, I think he was trying to get that done. I think they might have offered him a little more. That's why it took a little longer. And they finally said, just give him what he wants. I think that was a big thing on his list to say, I want to pass Trout.
They kind of gave him the John Gruden deal of players. Because how many? Is there a lot of NFL players that get 10-year extensions?
No, you're not going to get too many players that get any sport that are going to get 10 years, unless you're somebody like not even that, because that player doesn't really want it. I think Mahomes is happy. I think he got the money out of it that he can, and I think there's probably clauses in there down the line that says, hey, if I'm still winning, we got to sit back down at the table and extend it again.
Right.
So he's probably happy in Kansas City, and he's cool with everything, so he's going to sign that 10-year. Most players like a LeBron James coming in, he would have never signed on that second contract, nothing over like 3 years like he did, right. Something like that. Depends.
Yeah, because I mean, a long-term deal can also hurt a player too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could be stuck in a horrible team with a horrible like imagine if like Patty Mahomes was in a was at the Browns right now and signed a 10-year deal. Like a 10-year deal with the Browns would be different than a 10-year deal with the Chiefs, because the Chiefs have a system in place. They've been successful over the past at least 8 to 10 seasons, I would say. Like since probably 2013, so probably like 8 years going on 8. They've had success. So yeah, like I mean, you got to tip your hat, I guess, to the Chiefs there. They secured their quarterback, and I wonder if that'll be a trend in the future.
Yeah, even if he like steps outside tomorrow and twists his knee, he's guaranteed 140 on that contract extension, 140 million. If he doesn't do anything, they have to give him 140 million. So he's straight in life. He's feeling real.
Bust my leg tomorrow.
I'm feeling real secure. Another thing too, all the hate. I keep telling you guys, if you want somebody to go, why doesn't like trolls and people like understand? If you really want somebody to go away, you give them the business right away, and then you just ignore them. But they keep giving Cap opportunities by the hate. Now he just like his company that he has called Raw Vision just got a one-look deal with Disney to sell the content that he wants to sell about social justice, scripted and non-scripted. So you're looking at like docs, reality shows, and some scripted material. So if he passes that one-look test, he's going to look at what LeBron got. Probably like $150 million deal for his company. So, hey, keep hating on the dude.
Yeah, like I said, you're just making Colin Kaepernick stronger. Like, I don't know what yeah, I mean, we could talk about one of these days. We already beat that, but we beat that tree so many times. But, I mean, Colin Kaepernick, yeah. Good on Colin. Good on Colin. He's literally flipped this whole thing around, and that's good. I mean, he took it in a different direction, and I'm happy for him.
Yeah, get it. Just keep doing the work that you're doing behind the scenes, like people like, and that transfers what we're going to like next about after making this point. Like that just goes to show that like people always say, what about this? What about this? What about this? If you don't know and don't post it and don't talk about it, people really don't know what you're doing unless they have access to say, oh, he was there or he gave this money, which a lot of people don't. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So you just don't you got to show, and he's just a quiet person, and he does a lot of things behind the scenes. So nobody can say that about that he doesn't do and doesn't give up money. So I seen earlier in the week that you were out doing some more protesting, bro. Are you becoming a professional protester or something?
I might,
man?
maybe, who knows? Hey, man, I thought, this actually occurred to me this morning when I got up. I'm not going to lie to you. I have a pretty clean record when it comes to a lot of things.
Right.
I would say that my integrity and my position is damn near impeccable. Damn near. I wouldn't say it's perfect because, of course, I'm human. But it's damn near impeccable. Yeah. What if I ran for, like, a political office?
Let's do it. I'll be your campaign manager. I'll be your shady campaign manager.
Be your shady campaign manager. Like, yeah, listen, give us the money or we're going to break your knees. Like, or whatever you want to say.
Yeah,
we're just kidding. Yeah, and then you look at him and say, we're just kidding about the knee thing, but seriously, give us the money.
Yeah, we need some campaign funding. No, I mean, but we talk about this. I talk to this about the younger people. You have to make some China. If you're young and you're figuring everything out in life, you should be out in these things. It's not for people like me. We already done ours. We're figuring out the next steps of going on and on. If you got an opportunity to make some change and run for something, and that's something that's passionate, people should do that to try to make. Look at AOC. I might not agree with a lot of the things that she's saying, but look how she did it. That's grassroots American, let's get it. I'm in the Rumble, let's get it.
Yeah, and I just posted a thing of like her 10 best like comebacks, like her best moments and stuff, and I have to go. You guys will probably disagree with me on this, but I would like to see Ben Shapiro run. Oof, no sir, no thank you. Coach, I don't know how he feels, but me, regardless, I don't even want anybody to run anymore, really. Like, we'll talk about Kanye. I saw your comment, Justin. We'll talk about Kanye. But, but anyway, about the protests, yeah, I mean,
what I need to know. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm going out to all these protests as best I can because, truthfully, I went, like I said, we went to that one and I kind of got a fever for it, almost. Like, when I went to the one that we went to a couple weeks ago for the Civil Rights March. And it made me realize, like, there are a lot of people out here. As somebody who I speak on a public platform and I talk with so many people, and we've talked with so many people over these, from different foundations. Like, we had, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but the woman who spoke, she has that Transformation Speaks group that talks about sexual abuse and her experiences and like trying to help people find healing through spirituality, etc. And all the different people we've talked to. I feel like I have to become more of an active participant in my community, or else I fit in the demographic of what I would like to call a hypocrite. Because I can sit here and I can talk about the politics all I want, but if I'm not down on the streets talking with the people in my community, saying, what are we going to do about this and what are we going to do about that, and the people in our backyard, they're doing messed up stuff, which was what I had went to the protest this week about, was that a local law officer, after 2 years, this happened in 2018, after 2 years of fighting this whole thing, a woman trying to get justice for being sexually assaulted by a police officer who snuck into her own home, came into her house, basically broke in, he trespassed, got probation, 2 years probation, and 15 years registered as a sex offender, and that's it. Slap on the wrist, nothing. Yeah. And that girl's like ruined.
Yeah, that's a tough thing. That's a tough thing to deal with, and learning those things, and we'll get to that part of it too. But I just want to go back. We'll get right to that, but I wanted to go back to what you said about getting involved, because I think it's a very important point for people to understand. We laugh and we joke, but there's sometimes you have to be serious about some things you have to stand for, and that's just being a good fucking human being, period, to me. But we get consumed in things like, I might have an objective that I'm fighting for this, but we don't take the time out to worry about other people's struggles too. And I think that's where it fails at. Like, you can have people supporting your cause one day. You have to turn around and say, hey, man, let me take a break from my cause today. Somebody else can handle the things we have said. Let me go over here and see what somebody else is doing. That's kind of what we do around here too, is like that. We're going to look at a lot of things. We spend our time worrying about our things, but we're going to take looks at other people's things. So that's very important. So good job on that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that law, because you shared something about the cops, that whole situation. I seen that and I read that and I was like, horrible. Like, how do they keep getting away with certain things? Like killing people, harassing people, sexually assaulting people. And I seen you made some post about some law or something like that that just doesn't make any sense to me. Tell me about that a little bit. I can't remember it word for word.
Well, okay, well, I will get to that, but I did want to answer Justin's question. Justin, I would not want just Ben Shapiro running because honestly, in my opinion, he, like most people, he can make some valid points on things. You know, like anybody. I can agree with somebody on the color of the sky and whatnot and all these different things. But a lot of the times too, though, I think Ben Shapiro is a fascist apologist, and you know what I mean. He is a gateway to the extreme right. That's just my opinion. Now, regardless. Did I say that? Yeah, yes, the far right. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, to go on to it. So there's a law. Now, I learned this at the protest that I was at. There's a law, or there are, sorry, not just a law, but laws in 35 states out of the 50 states that allow cops to have basically sexually assault and rape whoever they have in custody.
Like
now,
how?
I didn't believe it. I did not believe it when I read it and when I was told that, and then I looked it up. It's the truth. Now, they reduced it now where parole officers and prison guards or what have you can't do that, which was like something I guess was overruled in some kind of court hearing back in 2018 or something like that, I believe. But regardless, cops can still do that in 35 states, which is insane to me. Absurd to me.
Like, I don't understand what that means. Like you're saying when they're in the back of they're in custody, they're handcuffed. A cop can just go back there and sexually assault them. And
yeah, pretty much. Like they could use it as for instance, they could justifiably say, I don't know what the writing is in particular on it in itself. I just know that through loopholes and through it's not just said in one law or provision. Right. It's like set in several other, it's basically like a loophole, like several sets of provisions and laws that allow you to get around it. Like you take one and then you say, and thus this, and go around it, and it shouldn't be legal anyway. I think it's
no. That's just like, hey, you got a bag of weed? I'm gonna cuff you up, throw you in the back, and rape you.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's just crazy. That's something maybe we need to look a little more in and have some more answers for. It was just very interesting because I know you're gonna make sure that you post something that's, you know what I mean, has a lot of credibility to it. So when I heard it, I was like, this is not just some bullshit. Let me
look into this. Right. Well, again, even if it's a violent crime, it still doesn't justify, like, even if, say, you beat up somebody or whatever, like, that still doesn't give you the justification to rape somebody. Like, it just doesn't. I'm sorry.
I'm saying it's just easy for them to get away
I know you're not saying that. I was just adding that point out there because I hear a lot of apologetics from a lot of people who talk about,
there's no excuse.
They did this crime. The he's no angel argument. This is the thing they use to defend the death of George Floyd. This is the police officer that killed George Floyd. This is all these arguments that he's no angel. Well, he did this, so therefore that's okay. No, it's not. It's not a life for a life thing. And again, I'm sorry. Like, unless somebody kills somebody, and even then, I don't think you should just outright kill them.
No.
My opinion.
No. You should only kill somebody no matter what they're doing because one,
to defend your life, I think that's best. That's the only thing. But good.
Yeah, if you're in danger, meet the force that's coming at you. So, but I think because one, not just for that reason in itself, is because if somebody does something and they kill somebody, you kind of want to know why, so you can add it to the statistics to say, this is what was going on at the time, and try to get some more answers to try to calm things down, like what they're doing with the funding and all that bullshit once that gets to the thing. So, but yeah, that's something that we should get into, and we should look at that a little closer and break that down maybe someday, and so people can understand, because I think it's very important. That's one of the struggles. I'm always in support of that. No female, no matter what's going on, how she's dressed, or where she's walking, no matter what, no woman should be sexually assaulted. You know what I mean? I can understand a dude walking down the street getting lumped in a fight happening. That happens every day. But, some people deserve an ass whooping. But there's no woman that deserves to be sexually assaulted. Or man.
Let me clarify. Yeah, that too. Yep.
No, you shouldn't be sexually assaulted. That's just some creepy shit. And I think they need to have different laws for that. I think everybody would be in agreement, except the sexual assaulters, if we had a different, humiliating, painful response to if you get convicted this is what's gonna happen to you.
Right.
Maybe we,
well, these
you know,
just
waterboard your ass or something.
right. Yeah, right. Or at least something like that. But I'm saying like at least jail time. Like I mean,
Yes.
how can you be convicted of rape and then not serve jail time? Not go to prison? Like again, I know somebody who was like 19 at the time and had sex with someone who was 15, right? Like and you know like that's not like a good thing at all. And that person served jail time. But I don't think it's as bad as like when someone like breaks into your house, you know, like and that was like that gray rape area kind of stuff. But like this person straight up assaulted, raped this woman, and oh that's okay. That's okay. Yep, that's okay.
It's the system. Whoever's in charge, whoever that person know, that's the only answer that you can give to why he didn't get what he deserved.
Right.
Is that he had strings to pull.
Yep. Well, Justin just said 99.9% of people, whether you are left or right, would agree that rape is wrong. But you know what, though? It seems like that 99.9% is the people in charge because we have systems and laws that are in place that allow for that 0.1% of people to walk off scot-free. And it's disgusting. And that's why, shameless plug, we have another protest this coming Sunday that if anybody in the local area would like to join in, I will post it in Bridging the Gap here sometime this week. And we would love for you guys to be there to attend. Me and Coach will be there. I'm assuming Coach will be there. Coach, you gonna be there?
Yeah. Oh yeah. This Sunday.
Yes.
I'll be there for.
Coach is gonna be there. So party it up. You know.
Party it up. Crack the beers. Afterwards, when we're done protesting, let's slam some beers.
Justin said that 0.1% is Epstein and his wife. That 0.1%.
That's Epstein and his wife and the Clintons. But hey, that's a funny thing. Transferring to that, they finally got caught up with the lap dog. What did they say?
Justin said, "Bring Sarah, Coach."
Bro, I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna get her.
Justin, I think you're jealous. Justin, I think you're jealous.
You don't be mad at my trolls. Don't be mad at my Jabba trolls.
Coach,
Jabba the Hutt trolls.
Coach said that you can have he's in the polyamorous relationship, so you guys can share her. You can share.
But no, they caught Epstein's little lap dog the other day. That was helping with them. Put her up, locked her up. And she's saying she's ready to tell everything, man. So they got her in a box somewhere, bro. She's not in no jail cell. They're not taking no chances for this one, unless somebody comes across from the information because there's moving parts. Mm-hmm. You know, people of power think about that. People in power have the means to get to anybody because there's so many moving parts of people that have to deal with that person. Mm-hmm. What are you saying? What's the information? So if they lock it down, you know, they're going to have to lock it down where they only talk to one person. It goes up to the chain of command, and then they go find these. If they don't do that with this chick and protect this chick and get that information out there, they don't want it out there. Yep. They're part of it. They're part of it. Because this is...
How couldn't you extract it already? How could you not get the information already out?
Yes. Like right now. Like tell me right now. Because that's her leverage too. I could see how she's going to use the leverage. She doesn't want to give up the information right now. She has to play that game to get everything she can get out of it. So it's going to take a while for it to get out.
That is true. That is true.
They just need to come out. I know a lot of people are shaking in their boots because if you watch that and you followed that, there was some sick people, twisted people involved in that have power positions. So, you know, it's a good thing to come out.
Yeah. Well, it's that top of the hour time. We wanted to bring this up.
I want to talk about this before we go. Sorry, Dad.
Go about what?
More thing. Let's talk about Ye. I think it's funny how everybody.
Well, no, that's what I was about to bring up. Top of the hour topic, the Yeezy thing. We weren't heading out. We got 20 minutes, bro. Go ahead.
I thought you were cutting out. Oh, I didn't know. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I wanted to bring up that Yeezy is running for president. Everybody knows this. That Yeezy is trying to be the prezi of the United Steezy, of the United Steezy. And I gotta be honest with you, it's a no for me, dog. It's a no for me.
Bro, stop it.
It's no vote for Ye. No vote for Ye. I don't. Well, truthfully, like my whole problem with it is, for one, like I could have taken Kanye a little more seriously if he had announced like earlier this year or something, you know what I mean? Like, and then that way, then I would have been like, okay, Ye's got a platform, but like, what's Kanye's platform? Does he even have a platform?
No, Kanye's.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and I think his whole entire his whole entire agenda has to be that he's either trying to take votes away from Joe or even Trump, because people have argued that was going to take votes away from Joe Biden because he's going to split the black vote. But there's a part of me that thinks like they might take votes away from Donald Trump because there might be some conservatives that are like really Christian conservatives, like really Christian, because I know a lot of Christian conservatives that they might agree with the story and narrative that Yeezy's come to now, because, you know, I've seen some of the stuff about his, I don't know if it was a documentary or whatever he did about like coming to Jesus, whatever that thing was that I watched on, it was like on Apple TV or something.
Right.
But it was about him and like how his whole transition into like his whole religious things going. Which, you know, I have my own issues with that. So, you know, call me prejudiced if you like. But, you know, I think somebody like that, like as hardcore religious as that, and the way he came into it. Because this is the guy who like 2 years ago released the song that goes, I'm such a, or you're such a fucking hoe, I love it, or whatever. So.
Yeah, Kanye's.
He just crazy to me. Like he's too unstable. He has no platform. Like, what are you doing?
You can't take Kanye said he was going to run for president in 2020 years ago.
Yeah.
This is Kanye. People, and this is the funny part. Once I get to explaining what Kanye is really doing, why people get so upset about it. Kanye, we know this about. I know Kanye since he first come in the game. He's always pulling some punt. He's always doing some weird shit, announcing some shit, doing some shit to get his, because he's selling something.
Right.
Last week he dropped his single. You didn't hear about it. It didn't do well. So this is his. Okay, I got an album coming out. I'm running for president. He didn't file no paperwork. If you seriously take this as anything other than Kanye just being Kanye, he's selling shit. He just signed that big deal with Gap. That reminds me, we need to get involved. Just put Bridge in the Gap.
Yeah, right. Gap. Where are you at, Gap? Come on, the deal.
We need to
the
get
deal, Gap.
We need to get some money.
We'll let them even like take our font and replace it with the Gap font for the shirt. Like they can like replace it with the Gap. Yeah, good.
There's no freaking way in America. Like, he didn't sign any papers. He's not even. Some states he can't even vote in. If it was a tactic that they were using, maybe I could see that Trump could be like, "Hey, man, have Ye go over there and
they're friends.
And take some of Biden's votes. We're in trouble right now. We need some help. So throw Ye in there. That could work. I could see that if that was what was happening. But also, you got to think of it like this. I think the movement of Black Lives Matter. If Black Lives Matter came out and said, right now we're behind Kanye, and he filed the paperwork, yeah, I would be kind of worried, because they're the most powerful thing right now. They could shift everything right now, and both parties know it right now. Yeah. They know that they could shift some shit.
Well, you know, this is we could talk about. Well, Justin said, dude always looks miserable in his pictures. Dude has a wife with a nice ass, and I'd be smiling ear to ear. Shit, he said, I'd never see me in public. He said, I wouldn't have a pair of pants at the house. He wouldn't have a pair of pants at his house.
Bro, you get tired of beating that, bro. Everybody gets tired.
I was gonna say, like, I think your wife would like, isn't that what they say about marriage? Is like it's over pretty much after that at that point anyway? Jamie said exactly, LOL. And then Justin said Gap must be in real trouble financially.
What do you mean? Ye's about to be
Yay.
in 2026.
Yeah.
He's projected $4.6 billion in 2026.
And I gotta tell you, like, the whole religious thing to me, the whole move for that seemed like a cash grab to me too. Because, like, televangelists like Bobby Tilt and all those dudes, they rake in so much money from, like, the mega churches and getting people to believe, like, you know what I mean? You need to donate this money for Jesus as the people that donate to him, like, can't afford their cancer treatments. Then he drives away in a fucking sports car to his private jet. You know, like, and you don't think there's anything shady about that?
I think that's where he'll go with it. I think one day after he's done signing all these things, all of his deals and getting them lined up, and his music, because I think it's at that point right now. Ye's a brilliant like composer and getting into thing, but the music part of him is gone. Like, he's not going to be able. He'll be able to put out an album here and there, but he's not going to make no money from it. So I think he's going to shift that if he keeps going with the Sunday service he's been doing. He's going to go to that in 5 to 10 years, bro.
Absolutely.
Where he's going to be a televangelist and make all that money. Believe me, he's going to do it. So yeah, you're right about.
Jamie Butler said it would never happen. What would never happen? Ye is president?
Yeah, hell.
Yeah, yeah. I don't see it. It just doesn't. It wouldn't make any sense to me. Like I said, no. Prosperity. Jamie says prosperity gospel. Do you mean that he would never become a televangelist, like a guy who like speaks and like takes? Because I think he's already on his way. I mean, the dude's literally like getting the church money. I think if you're saying that's never going to happen, I'm telling you, it's already happened.
I think he would be the biggest one all time if he went all in.
Oh, absolutely. He'd be like a rock star. Oh no, Jamie said he's washed up, so I'm assuming, yeah.
Oh yeah, his music. Yeah, his music is not the thing right now. He's like, if he's gonna put out music, like I said, he's got an album coming out. The single was out last week. It flopped. So what's he do? Let me cause some problems.
Yeah, let me say I'm running for president. Get a picture with Elon Musk. What was the point of the picture with Elon Musk? Elon Musk is backing me.
Yeah,
Elon Musk?
Elon Musk doesn't have a lot of voting power. Like nobody's going to Elon Musk to say, "Hey man, we need you to get your votes to get on this side." And that's not happening. They're just trolling. They're having fun. They're rich as fuck. They're having great conversations, drinking great wine, just having fun, man. They're fucking with us. So but in saying that, that's why it gets to me so funny that the right people that used to be like, "Hey man, look at Kanye," using that as an excuse. Kanye's saying, "Yeah, go Trump. Why is not all the black people voting for it?" It's like, listen, if you know who the fuck Kanye is, we don't trust anything Kanye says.
Yeah.
We are not support. We love his music. I love his talent, but that dude's whacked out of his mind.
Yeah. Like, you're like, thanks for graduation, and then be done with it, right? Is that what you're saying? Like,
well, I like a lot of Kanye's music. All of his music, I will find some things in there I like. I find some things I don't like. I think he's a genius musically. Mm-hmm. I think he's a genius on what he did on how to get this that clothing off the line when nobody would support him and they were trying to keep him out. He kicked the fucking door in. He did what he had to do to get it done. So I respect that. But I don't respect his political, I'm not taking
at
political
all
advice from Kanye West.
But here's the truth of the matter of the whole thing, right? Because we were just saying about, like, is he coming in? What's his purpose? What's his intention? Does it say something about our country that, again, we've mentioned this before, but like there has to be so many people out there politically more knowledgeable than the people we elevate to be of political status. Are you telling me someone like Kanye West, like Kanye, imagine, I want you to just picture it, right? I mean, I already can't imagine Donald Trump, but he's doing it right now. So that's why I have to, like, put this image in someone's head.
Said that about Trump.
Yeah. Kanye West going to like a UN meeting. And like, there they are. They're talking about global issues, about all kinds of certain things. I mean, the catastrophes of like the political heights and heat of the Middle East and the conflicts with them, like Palestine and Israel and Afghanistan, and the problem with immigration in the EU and China and their overpollution. You know, like 60% of the world's carbon monoxide emissions. CO2 emissions, right. Dioxide, not monoxide, carbon dioxide emissions comes from China, all these things. And then Kanye's there like, all right, guys, I'm gonna let y'all finish, but
it's weird ass. He'll show up like in those like those outfits he had with in that whole video you said.
Yeah, the box. He'll look like the Roblox. He'll look like he's from the Roblox game. Be like, you're such a fucking hoe. I love it. It's just
he's bipolar shit.
Oh yeah, that too.
If he might start a war. Kanye's not running for president. Again, he's not. It's just a fucking troll. Stop taking everything so literally.
It's a sales pitch. It's a sales pitch, basically, is what you're saying.
And that's the thing I was trying to get. Like, all the people that were like, see, Kanye says it got to be true. That class of, look at the black people saying that this is Trump. That crowd. Mm-hmm. Kanye doesn't give a fine fuck about no politics. Kanye gives a fuck about Kanye. He uses what's ever in the path to hype up. That's what the whole magnet hat was. Except that one remark he made about the slavery thing. He didn't fully say that right. I believe he wasn't being malicious or trolling at that point. He just fucked up and said some wrong shit.
Yeah.
So that crowd, all that that right type of crowd is saying, I told you he was a traitor. They're like want to go burn Kanye albums.
Burn it,
It's
burn the
like,
Kanye. Oh man, don't do it. It's just so useless. What do we call that? It's like when you go and burn stuff like that. I feel like it's just like petty. It's not really reinforcing any change. Justin said I could never listen to Kanye's political opinion. Same as Snoop. And then Laura Winslow said hi. Oh Laura, how about them Redskins? We'll get to you in a second. But how about them Redskins? What do you think about that?
Or we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about the Redskins change.
Yeah, but anyway, now here's the thing. Like, I want to make this a good point. Like, Kanye and Snoop and myself and Coach and anybody can have an opinion. I lost. Uh-oh.
My phone rang.
Oh, okay. I thought I lost you. Anyway.
I forgot.
Oh, you're good. Go ahead. You forgot it was
No,
on.
I just forgot to put my do not disturb on. So go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
Right. But anyway, what I was saying is that anybody can have an opinion on politics, right? And point out problems. Like, that's a good thing. We should constantly point out problems. But the thing is, for my politicians, right? For the people that are, like, that's their job, to be a politician, to be a senator, to be a governor, their job is to create and propose solutions that benefit the people that elected them. And not the people that bought them their seat in office, but the people that they represent, which are the people of the United States of America. So, like, when I see someone like Kanye West or whatever go and then Snoop Dogg say, like, oh yeah, this is a problem. I'm like, great, Snoop, I'm glad that you say it's a problem. But at the same time saying, do you have a solution, Snoop? And maybe you can just say that, but that's not Snoop's job. And I respect Snoop if he's like looking at political officers saying, hey, this is your job. Why aren't you doing this? I'm telling you what you should be doing, because that's our job as citizens to be like, listen, we elected you, mother. So that's your job now to go out there and make those things happen. So that was just a little snippet I wanted to add on to that.
Yeah, and just in saying that, like, it's cool you don't look for nobody to run like that. I mean, Ronald Reagan did it. He was a Hollywood actor, and he got into politics later on. You don't look for anybody's advice on that. You can listen to their perspective, because they're not putting as much work into after just giving you the idea or even coming up with the thought. It's just a thought that strikes their mind. I know we do a lot. We put a little thought into what we're saying before we say it. We try to not, say some fucked up shit, but sometimes fucked up shit.
Yeah, sometimes you're going to say it, and, it's just... But that's natural, though. Like, you can still come back from that, and people can understand you're an honest person.
Yeah, if you just come out and just admit it. A lot of people can't do it. So you don't look to people like that. I seen they attack Snoop about putting up that coon thing today. Like, I don't look for Snoop to be politically correct about nothing. He told you bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.
Yeah. Is that what you were expecting POC or political correctness from? The guy who said bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks?
You're gonna get what you get. He's an entertainer. I don't mind him speaking out on anybody. He has the right to do that about anything. But you don't take it. Why would I take offense to that?
Yeah.
Why do I take offense to that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's just a rapper, an entertainer, an influencer. I take offense whenever someone like that, who's supposed to represent me in Congress, does something like that. That my tax dollars pay. My tax dollars don't pay Snoop.
No, I gotta willingly pay Snoop.
Yeah.
Tax dollars, you don't get the willing unless you go out there and you put your boots to the ground and help elect the right person you want in there. You know what I mean? Then you're worth paying for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but now hold on, we're getting close to the end of the show. We got to get to Laura. Laura, what are you naming? What's the new name of the Redskins? What's the new name? What is the new name, Laura? If you're still out there, hey, by the way, everybody on the chat, we love y'all. Just want to let you know that. But Laura, what's the new name of the Redskins? Everybody, you're free to drop your suggestion. What should the Redskins rename themselves?
I posted one that I thought was funny. They had a whole bunch of things, suggestions, and they said the Washington Karens. The
Washington Karens. Yeah.
Hilarious,
it'd be relevant. But then, I could see it 20 years from now, people being like, why'd they call it the Karens? And then someone being like, Karen's an offensive term. We need to change the name again. And that's fine. Maybe we should just change the Redskins to whatever offensive term is at the time. And then just constantly keep doing that. She's like, I guess I like the Washington Warriors. What Warriors doesn't sound bad. Like I could see Warriors. I mean,
I don't know. I think they would have to go in depth. I don't know. I
Right,
don't know
my
what they
first thing was like Eagles because I thought like, listen, you got the state, but that's the thing is the Eagles are right there and they're in Philly, unless they were like the Battle Hawks or something. But I feel like that's just kind of too close. She said the Washington Natives. So what's that? Like if you call them the Washington Natives, they just keep the logo but swap the name. I think the logo's got to change too. Like I think if they have to change the name, it's gonna be like a complete logo's gone, rebrand.
What I would do is my mind would think, you know what? Let me go around and get some poll and get some of the leaders of some of these groups, these Indian groups, and see what they say. That's what I would do. I'd get some Zoom calls going on
Right.
and talking to some of these leaders and say, what can we do to fix this scenario? You know what I mean? Is this something that has to really change? Because I think we talked about a show at the time. If they're not speaking out, maybe that they were speaking out and it just got muffled. Because we know the Native Americans are really not getting
let's be real, they're a diminishing voice because of us. I mean,
yes.
there's not a lot of Native Americans around. Especially full-blooded Native Americans, there's not a lot around. Which again, that doesn't really mean anything, but I'm saying like we got a lot of like people that are Native American by like a percentage, by like a very small percentage genetically, but there's not a lot of like OG Native Americans just hanging around to really ask their opinion on, which you can. We have them on the reserves and whatnot, like they have the reserves and whatnot, so we could. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, go visit the casinos, lick a toad, smoke, you know what I mean? Smoke whatever they call it, peyote or whatever, and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And
Laura, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
He's making it seem like he never had a conversation with him. Because he never came out and said, well, I talked to some elders. Maybe I should revisit it and talk to them again and squash it like that. He's making it seem like he never had a conversation with anybody about it except what's in his mind.
Right. Well, that's Dan Snyder. I mean, I think Dan Snyder as an owner, as a GM, that dude's like delusional. Like I think that guy's literally delusional. Like he has been delusional as long as he's been at the Redskins organization. Now, real quick, so she's saying that Walmart and Target pulled all out their products. So did Nike. I believe Nike said they're not selling their stuff anymore either. So Nike, FedEx said something like put pressure on them. They got to do it. They have to change the name. And I think, honestly, you might as well just, if I was the Redskins organization, right, you change the name. I think you just change rebrand the franchise. Rebrand. It's happened before.
Oh, you're going to have to.
Rebrand.
Totally rebrand. And they made us a great point.
But hold on. The one thing I would say, the stipulation of that rebrand would be that they have to allow them then to still sell the old Redskins stuff still.
That would defeat the purpose. Because you're going to still see it. You're going to still see Redskins. They're going to have to.
I was saying it more so like for like those vintage, like when no one would ever play in a Redskins jersey, but like for those people that wanted to go buy the Sean Taylor jersey or whatever, I think that would be a stipulation. That's just me. I don't know. You obviously you have your different opinion, but
I don't know how they would do it. I would think it would just defeat the purpose. They might try to, but I think it would defeat the purpose because it would still be having them out there like making, unless you cut it off at that point and said, certain things, we're only going to do these certain things or something like that. I don't know. You can't erase it all because you had Hall of Famers and Super Bowl wins. So, but the point that they made was that this could be good for them because if expansion teams make a lot of money, merch and all that, we're not saying it's expansion team, but it's basically is because you're going to change the whole rebrand, the whole thing. And that's going to make a whole bunch of money because everybody's going to have to go buy
new stuff
here.
Yeah, and people are going to maybe people that are just coming into sports want to join that team. Like they want to like bandwagon onto that team. Like, younger people and so on who are looking for a team to go and follow. Because remember, I almost was on the Redskins bandwagon when I was younger. I almost joined like as one of my teams, maybe over the Raiders because of RG3. But I went with Raiders because that's my dad's team and whatever else. But like when I was younger, I mean, RG3, I debated and be like, yeah, like Redskins is my team.
Yeah, they need to get, and that's another thing a lot of people don't understand, even that are full fans. And I want to make that point, and that's pretty much it. But that Dan Snyder, like, he's not good for the sports. He needs to get out. He's always been a dick. But people got to understand that Dan Snyder is not the only owner of that team. There's people that own a percentage of it. There's 31 other people. That's most teams. So when you look at that person, they're being pushed. Their decisions are coming from other people that are saying, okay, now's not the time. This happened in 2013, 15, when they first started talking about this. Nobody started pulling it, but it's the temperature of what's going on right now in society. It says, oh yeah, we're not standing behind your bullshit right now, buddy. Change it or we're pulling it. He has no choice but to at this point.
Yeah, so, absolutely. I think you gotta get a cool name. I think you gotta rebrand, obviously. And I look forward to that. I do. I look forward to that, seeing maybe like a new uni. And that's what I said, is like they're I think, you know, and I'm assuming that Laura's probably gonna agree with me here. But I think that whole franchise has been tainted. Like, I feel like they just got a bad rep right now, and maybe a rebrand would be good for them. It doesn't mean you have to hate them because they're like a different team now. I mean, that's up to you if you want to do that. But I think that, you know, like, I would like if the Raiders became the Sea Lions. Well, actually, that's a horrible name. Oh God. You know, the Sharks. They became the Sharks. Oh, there's already Sharks and whatever. The Sharks, the Las Vegas Sharks, right? I wouldn't be mad. I'd go, okay, I'm a Las Vegas Sharks fan now. You know, like, I would roll with the team. Like, it's.
But there would be a lot of Raiders fans that would be pissed.
Oh, absolutely. And they're allowed to leave and go like another team. That's fine.
They wouldn't, though. They're gonna stay. Nah, if you're a true fan, like if they change the Steelers, we got one of the historical franchises in the league. Mm-hmm. You know, if you change that thing, and it said the Pittsburgh something, they rebranded it, I would still be a fan of Pittsburgh because of what they represent and what it is about, and it's something I always rooted for. But it would break my motherfucking heart.
Yeah,
I would be looking for the Roonies. I'd be looking for the Roonies.
Where you at?
We got to rebrand.
We got to talk about this. This, not okay. Yeah. All right, Coach, you got anything else for us?
No, just saying, noticed that a lot of the spike in the violence over the weekend, the 4th of July, that happens a lot, but there's a lot of things that are going on that contribute to that. And where is this? We need some support in talking about this. This needs to be talked about within our community. And we're going to do a little deep dive, hopefully this week, on seeing what those things are and what the issues are and where does Black Lives Matter stand and all that type things. And why are these conversations not being have on their platforms and stuff like that? So the thing that's really getting me, I've seen this all my life, the spikes and around these time of the year, but it's getting out of control because a lot of kids, like 4 kids were killed around the 8 to 10, 12-year age over this weekend. 4 kids, multiple shootings, just hopping out and shooting at anything that's moving. Something has to change about that, and I hope we can get a nice deep dive into that at some point. So if anybody wants to help talk about that and get involved with it, let us know. We can always make some room for some people that want to talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Alrighty, well, that's it then. And yeah, we will plan on doing that deep dive sometime this week. And Coach said, yeah, if anybody wants to join in. Also, again, that protest will be going on this Sunday. I will be posting a link here later on, either today, if not tomorrow, for how to go, and if you're local around the area, to participate in this protest. It has to do with sexual assault. If you know somebody or have been a victim, we encourage you to come. But as always, stay beautiful. Take care of yourselves. We're out of here. Have a good one. See you.
Smash and pass.